I know most of you guys have already seen these videos of Lycan and Nightmare, but this video is made just to give you a just shot. Is it worth it to spend your money on the event? And in my opinion, it really is. Why? I will tell you a bit later during this video. I will show you the strong sides of Lycan, which are quite phenomenal to be really, to be true. It's a nice tank, and I'm gonna show you some gameplay of this machine, the Nightmare, which is also a very nice tank indeed. And really, you can get it for free. So if you don't want to spend money, it's really worth to get at least the Nightmare, because it reminds me really of the old Stuck before the nerf. Let's go. So guys, as it comes for Nightmare, it's really nice little tank. I already have it, as you can see, because I bought this add-on to give me first 30 pages, and I get it on the start. So I played few games. I will try to show you at least two of them, one in regular mode, the second one in the event mode, the uprising, which was really fun. Also, you already seen, I know you seen the Lycan. I'm going for the Lycan all the way. Why? It's quite easy. So if you look at the Lycan, you can see it's typical like a version of IS-3, IS-5, or the higher tiers ISS. It's basically kind of an IS-3 on tier 7, which is great. The turret is mostly impenetrable even for tier 8 tanks. In most cases, not all, of course, but I will show you some pictures where you will see that one 75mm gun can't really pen the turret. Of course, the pike nose is a bit weaker. You have the weak spot on the lower plate, as usual, as typical for the Russian tanks, Russian IS series, and this tank really looks awesome. It really looks awesome. One friend of mine had a bug, kind of a bug, and he could buy this add-on twice, so he already has the Lycan. Like you, bro, I really would like to have this opportunity, but I haven't. But yeah, I'm going for this tank. This tank is gonna be quite great. I compared this tank to another tank, which is the Lupus that I have, and I will show you the comparison of those tanks, and I will show you how the armor on the Lycan looks like. Okay, so you can see we are on Blitz Stars, tank compare. Well, I have a Lupus and I really enjoy this tank. Of course, it has not the best dispersion and so on, but I really like this tank. Have like over 60 VR on this tank win rate. So basically, it's a really nice tank. I think it's over 63 or 65, something like this. But just look, the DPM on Lycan is better than the Lupus. They are similar, quite similar tanks, to be honest. Penetration is the same, alpha is the same, rate of fire is better in the Lycan. Reload time is better in Lycan. Caliber gun is the same, shell velocity is the same, basically the same gun. Aim time, it's a bit worse, but still not bad. 2.75 seconds isn't that bad, really. Dispersion is slightly worse, but still, yeah, it's like a kind of a Russian derp gun, so it's typical. As you can see, dispersion on movement on rotation is better in Lycan, which is great. The gun elevation, 20 degrees, okay, better than Lupus. Lupus is kind of weird tank, but still 20-degree is very nice value, especially when you're below the targets and you want to shoot the hills. As it comes for gun depression, well, you have really nice 10 degree gun depression, which gives you opportunity to simply go hold down. That means you will show only your turret, and if you show only your turret, you're pretty much impenetrable for most tanks. Tier 6s all day. 47s, well, maybe for the levers, the guns with nice penetration like the TDs, but the mediums and the light tanks will basically struggle, or the Russian tanks, even tier 8 Russian tanks will struggle to pen your turret. Let's look at the speed. Well, Lupus is 1 kilometer per hour faster, but still, Lycan has 15 kilometers per hour uh, backwards, which is really, really nice. Engine power, it's similar, it's a bit worse, but still, power to weight ratio, as you can see, is better on Lycan. Effective is quite well, it's a bit better on the Lupus. Um, let's The camo values aren't really important. It's a heavy tank, so credit coefficient, I don't know how it's gonna be on Lycan, but I don't really care. I just want this tank to have fun in it, same as I have in Lupus, and probably I will. But look at the hull armor. As comes for hull, it's basically almost the same, only on back. Lycan has 60, Lepus has 80, but believe me, Lepus is great, but by the angles. So not that bad for not that good for Lycan, but still, Lycan has pike nose. As you know, the IS-5, IS-3 same tanks with the pike nose have not really much of armor, but really nice angles on it, so it gives you bouncing zones. Okay, turret armor, look at this, 120 on the front, and I haven't spotted any particular spot when you can shoot with AP and get through this turret. With APCR, well, probably yeah, not a problem, but still with AP, it's gonna be hard because of the angles on this turret. 120 only on tier 7, well, not so much, but I will show you how it looks from the perspective of a 175 millimeters of pen gun, like the same as the Lycan has. And believe me, there's no way you're gonna penetrate the turret with AP. So here are those armor shots I was talking about. Thanks to my climate Cura. I don't know, bro, where did you get it, but it really helps a lot, and thank you for sending me them. You can see it's all green, like it's Lycan aiming at Lycan. You can see the turret. You have those tiny weak spots on the hatches, but it's gonna be quite hard to aim at, especially when you're moving around back and forth. And you can see the turret is great. The front armor as a pike nose frontally is really great. And look at this, even from the side. Well, the pike nose isn't working, but it's typical for the pike nose. From the sides, it won't work as good as it works when directed frontally. So still the turret is really, really hard. Just imagine how you go hold down and you're gonna be like more or less impenetrable for most of the tanks. It's the same gun on some Russian tier 8 tanks, which are gonna struggle, just mediums are gonna struggle to pen your turret. And now let's go for the games. Well, I promised to show you two games. This was really my first game in a pricing mode, event mode, and I'm playing Nightmare here. Uh, and I played also in encounter battles just to check the actual tank, let's say how effective the tank will be in the normal battle, because these event battles are mainly for fun, so people just testing new abilities, having fun, and so on. So this gameplay is really not same as the encounter battles. But I tested it already, and it really has a nice kick. Like for tier 5, it reminds me of an old tier, low tier tanks before the update 5.5, which just nerfed all the low tiers. And this is, it really reminds me of the tank, which was basically the same. I was trying to use the skill, and finally I managed to. As you can see, it's fun, especially when you're hitting light tanks because they're constantly moving, and as long as they move, they just lose their HP. We're gonna get down here. We lost the track, unfortunately, and we just hit the mantlet. Incredible, just hitting the mantlet of light tank and with the derp gun, and still doesn't do any damage. As it comes for the gun, you have heat shells, the premium heat shells, and HE. You don't have AP shells. I would really, sorry, I died. I would really want to see the AP shells on this gun, but well, you can't have it all. So we're having heat, and HE. Well, I died in this battle mode. You will just reborn 2 times, getting extra skills every time you're getting reborn, and this skill is even better than the one before. But you, for the third time, if you die for a third time, you will just simply no longer in the battle. As I told you, it's my first battle. I was trying to test some skills and so on this battle, just to check what can I do and how the things works and so on. So I didn't really done like much here, but look at this shot, like 417 shot on tier 5. Oh yes, please. I really love those big alpha guns just for the fun, the fun they give. It's simply, they are really fun to play. Like SU-152, KV2s, you know them all. You were playing them. You know how fun it is to one-shot the guys. So I basically just used it for this reason. What more about this game mode? It's longer. It lasts like 9 minutes, and you can't get no medals like the Kolobanovs and so on. But you can have a lot of fun, and as far as I know, it doesn't affect your stats. So don't worry if you lose. Don't worry if you do anything. You can simply do missions in this mode, which is great. Oh, it was a nice combo here. So you can do missions and at the same time have fun and not worry about your win rate, which is great. And you know how events work with the win rate. The win rate drops significantly, basically. And this 570 shot was even more fun than the previous one. Well, yeah. Panzer 4G. Okay, here we go. And deleted. We're already on 5 kills. You see, we are tier 5 and we done already like over almost 2,500 damage, which isn't typical because the tanks are reborning. So that's why we have so many damage, and it's not over. It's far from being over. Unfortunately, as I remember, we won't be able to kill anyone. But look at this, just on the move, just with a derp gun. This shot was simply amazing. Maybe it's because of vent, maybe it's because of just giving me a nice game for my first game. But still, if this gun is good as it was here, I already love this tank. And believe me, it's worth getting this tank. It's free, of course. You can just buy this add-on and get it instantly, or you can just grind it. But still, it's worth it. In my opinion, it's really worth it. It's so fun to play. So one more shot. I was hoping he will just go elsewhere. I forgot he just has some time to just reset and get the bonus skill. And I went to help the T1 Heavy because I was hoping he will get here, but he got shotted and deleted instantly. So 2820 damage, 5 kills, and lots of fun. Uh, if you haven't tried this mode, please do because it's really fun. As you can see, we are using those extra bonus glyphs, which is really nice and helps you a lot with the event. And here's my first game in this tank. Like I just bought the add-on. I saw I already have a tank and I said, okay, let's just play one game and test it to look how it will go. And I gotta tell you, it's really great. You will see some nice shots here. You will see some really nice gameplay. Nothing special, but still second class. Thank you all guys who already have it for grinding up the stats, so it's harder to master, but well, that's how it goes. I'll try to master it, but it's gonna be really hard because of all those good skilled players playing this tank. Unfortunately, we missed the shot. But still, let's talk about Lycan. As I told you, is it worth it? In my opinion, it really is because, to be honest, Lupus is really close to being an OP tank. Really close, if not broken OP. When positioned right, it's really broken OP. If you struggle to position it, it's a good tank. It's still a good tank. Really hard to pan, no matter the angle, because just the armor on it is so just troll. It can bounce like all day easily, no matter the hull or the turret. So just if Lycan is as good as the Lupus is, and I showed you already how it looks on stats and how the armor looks, it's gonna be really close to OP tank. And well, I don't know, I haven't played it, okay, but still looking at stats and knowing what Lupus can do, this tank is gonna be great. So if you can't afford to pay those $10, about $10, 10 euros, it depends on your currency, but it's about that price. It's really worth getting it because the event isn't hard. If you play a lot, of course, because let's say how much I play this game, it really doesn't bother me. I would play it the same without this event, and I will still get like this Lycan for free, not for free, but still like playing the same amount of games I play normally. So it's not gonna be hard to grind. Well, so that's more or less all for this episode. It's just short news, just short info on the event and on the tanks. Thanks for watching, guys. I see you soon with a review. And what more? Take care, bye bye, and catch you all on Battlefield.